the dip, don't think twice. Bull run, shining bright. Every block, we're minting gold. This story's never old. Charts on fire, feel so prime. To the moon, it's our time. Stacks of cash, worth the climb. Day and night, it's sublime. Crypto dreams, let's ride, let's ride. Ride! King Pooie, never die.
Guys, welcome to the shit show, episode 30. We got some guests in the green room, but before I pull them up, we're going to give a shout out to Richard Hart in the bidet scene. Then I'm going to pull everyone up. Welcome to the shit show.
Do you want to be a king? Do you want to be a queen? Sitting on the throne.
It's Richard Hart, rumored billionaire and bidet service technician. I'm here to install your bidet, sir.
It's the one and only Eagle Double G.
Here we go. Look at that technology right there. It's going to wash your butt, and your butt's going to be clean. Let's get to work. Whoa! Ooh, doggy. Wow, this thing actually works great. Well, anyway, Richard Hart here, rumored to be a billionaire, installing a bidet for someone that I love. It seems to work just fine. It only cost $100, and well, I don't see any leaks. So, clean butts for everybody.
Do you want to be a king? Do you want to be a queen? Sitting on the throne.
Nice. Let me pull everyone up here. It is open mic Wednesday today. So here is our boy RipCity, Vets in Crypto, and then we got ourselves a guest here, Freddie Quotes in the house.
Yeah. What's good, everybody?
What's up?
What's up?
We got two drivers out there driving away, doing their thing. Good to see you. BTC, Bitcoin's doing its thing. It looks like it's pumping, which we know there's going to be a rotation at some point. So that's beautiful.
It feels so good to see crypto pump.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys were watching it on election night, but like right around 9 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Eastern, before they had even called like North Carolina or anything, Bitcoin ripped like $5,000, and I was like, "Oh shit! Somebody knows something."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah. Fucking exciting times, man. That's what it is. Everything's aligning, and I was just talking to SJ last night. We met up with SJ, man. It was awesome. Ashley and I took her to dinner. Just had a great time. We were talking a lot about Richard Hart.
Good. Great conversation, right? That's good.
Yeah, amazing time. And one of the things that we were talking about is just how everything is just aligning, especially for all crypto enthusiasts. Like people have no clue what's coming, dude. Only us. Like we've known this is coming. We've had the patience of Job, right, to get through this. And our time is coming, man. Our time is coming. For sure.
For sure. We also, hey Dave, I see you down in the green room. If you want to throw up a cam on you or something, we could pull you up here in a second.
Yeah, we ain't doing no dick pic. You gotta show show yourself, man. You're playing that game. Not today.
Not today.
Hey, my battery is at like 5%, so I'm like racing to get home. I don't have my charger. I don't have anything on me. I'm like super ill prepared.
Oh, you have plenty of time. You got plenty of time.
If my phone drops, then I'm gonna jump back on as soon as I get home.
Cool. All right, man. We got you, boo.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pull up our boy Erwin here.
Honestly, Freddie, you deserve to have your own show. So get with us. We'll lock you in. I'll make you a nice video. We'll have you on for an hour shooting the shit.
Hell yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. That'd be a lot of fun.
Because there's always a lot to impact. Erwin, how you doing, bro? Good to see you, man.
I'm doing good.
Look at you. Look at you,
man.
Dude. Facing reality. And
congrats on everything.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know at home, Erwin here in the Morpheus, they built a protocol over on the Titan X there, and it's with Rags to Riches, and I believe Viber, right? You guys all three of you? Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are doing great things, creating a lot of awareness for crypto and DeFi. So shout out to you guys on that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm bullish on that.
Yeah.
Build it and it will come.
And
the more bridges we can build, the better. So yeah, let's go for it.
Yep, for sure.
I do recognize this guy, even though there he is, Mr. Executioner.
You know what? I threw an invite out to. I wonder if this is Dave with Up and UpX.
Okay.
Let me verify, but yeah, keep.
Welcome to the Hexecutioner.
Hey guys. Are you guys, Freddie, you know Hexecutioner?
I think I know the name. I don't know that we've met. Maybe we have, and I apologize if we have, and I'm just an idiot.
No need to apologize.
Yeah,
Executioner hails from the Hedron Icosa days in the chat for 20 hours a day, teaching, educating. Around the world.
Love it.
Damn.
I am down to 1%, guys. I'm probably going to fall off here in just a second. But I'm like 10 minutes from my house.
Cool. We got you, man. Appreciate it.
Howdy, gentlemen. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, no, it is Dave from Up and Up.
Ready?
Yeah.
Good I'm excited to see what you guys are able to produce with Up and UpX, as far as, when things really start kicking off here, to see what happens with, the whole process of what you guys are doing. It'll be interesting for sure.
Yeah, the big news is we launched 587 validators here a week ago.
Okay.
Wow. And taking that yield, bringing it back into the ecosystem. It's going to, we'll build a new validator about every 12 to 14 days.
Okay.
So compounding. And that's 40% of the yield. Another 40% of that goes to the buy and burn.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So right now it's about 2.4 billion in buy and burn every year.
Son of a bitch. I got a little bit of that.
Yeah. and that's the minor part of our protocol. The major part of our protocol is the leveraged loans through liquid loans, at 800% IPR. And, as Pulse starts pushing, the size of the treasury goes from 50 billion Pulse, because currently we're sitting on about 50 billion Pulse.
Nice.
And it just rips from there. And, the one thing we're doing with the yield, it doesn't go to founders. It doesn't go to anybody. It goes to purchasing the token and just making the treasury stronger.
Bang,
David,
bang.
will you please, I was just talking to Freddie about deserving to have your own, show with us. So please reach out. We'll get you in. We'll get you in a slot, and you can just talk for an hour about everything you're doing. That would be great.
Yeah, no problem.
Sounds like you're wanting to talk.
Well, we're trying to gather more data. Like I said, we launched these about a week ago. We don't have a week's worth of data yet. I think it comes up in about 8 hours today. We'll have a week's worth of data on what the validators are yielding. But right now the validators are yielding somewhere around 12.8%. So we'll see if that continues. But the goal of our ecosystem is to take the sacrifice funds and not sit on them like some of the founders do. We're putting that shit to work and making sure we bring value back into the community. That was our goal.
Fuck beautiful. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Put it to work.
That's how you do it. That's DeFi.
Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah, I think everyone can feel that things are starting to really cook, here in crypto land. I mean, we got the right administration, I believe, for pro crypto, pro Wall Street, all that kind of good stuff. You got the Doge father out there doing, Department of Government Efficiency. I mean, you can't align these memes up I mean, this is like a
This
movie.
shit up, man.
This is
Oh
like a
my
movie,
God.
man. I mean, I think we're in for a good one, you guys.
Hey, has Doge done anything since all this stuff?
What do you think,
Anybody-
Elon? Putting
I
Doge
don't watch
out
Doge.
there?
Hey, I got some Pulse Doge. That's what I do know.
Yeah, it's pumping.
Oh, we need to get that shit going. Yeah.
Who would have
Those
thought?
ASICs working.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think any of us in crypto could have written a better script for what's happening to us here in this current bull phase right now with the election, all of the nation states starting to put it on their treasury reserves. I mean, shit, you've got all of these retirement funds. I think the city of Detroit is now accepting Bitcoin to pay your taxes. I mean, the adoption is just going global at this point in time, and it won't be long before you can go to 7-Eleven, give them a QR code, have them scan it, give them $500 and it ends up on your wallet. You know, when we get that kind of access and we don't have to jump through all the onboarding hoops, when somebody can just walk into a retail store or walk into your bank, give them a QR code or just a scan code, say, hey, scan this damn thing, throw $500 in, and it shows up on your MetaMask, game over, Richard wins, because the fees over on Pulsechain are so cheap. I mean, it's already starting to rip over on Ethereum to where it's unusable for the guy who wants to put in, $50, $100. So we're at that stage again. So yeah, Pulsechain, what Richard has built in terms of true decentralization is an amazing feat. And once he starts pulling his magic strings and us marionettes start running around, jumping up and down for him, this thing's gonna rip.
Yeah, especially if that SEC gets dropped, it's lights out. It's lights out for sure.
That's a win.
Yep.
That's a win. I was just talking to SJ last night, and she's pretty positive the way it's gonna go. And pretty quickly, it should be within about 60 days from the date. And maybe we'll see Richard coming back.
Right. I think the narrative that will come around it, that he did it for the broader crypto community. So not just Pulsechain or Hex. I think the whole narrative outside of that, him being the one that gave regulations and clarity to crypto, is what's going to boom it.
For sure.
Because now you have attention from everybody in crypto that previously was anti, let's say, RH, and is now forced to be pro.
It's full circle, man.
And that's going to be, glorious. If you know, you know.
Yeah, we win that case. Our crypto Twitter is going to be so loud. It's going to be it's just going to be green candle wave of just Twitter feeds on all crypto. They're going to just be forced to see that narrative that he put forth as far as fighting for DeFi and crypto out there, and they're going to just be like, "Oh man, shining the city on the hill."
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of "I told you so."
yeah, for sure. Yep. Yeah, shout out to the chat too. What's up, Conspiracy Crypto? Thanks for hopping in here. I just want to, Oi, our Red Squirrel brother up in the house. Hex P&W, KRJ in the house. Yeah. We got ourselves the team. We got Suzanne Hexkin over in Dubai, just doing her thing.
Oh, now
Casey.
I need to get my sweater.
Yep.
And I have to choose as well. So which one?
That's the hard part.
That's the hard part, right? They're so good, man. Golly. Yeah.
Yeah, Suzanne, win King Pooie crystal t-shirts, right? Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Yep. How you doing, Executioner? What's happening in your world, man?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm just keeping up with. There's a lot to look at. There's a lot to watch. Right. Just watching Pulsechain in and of itself, with everything so fractionalized and everywhere, and just kind of watching what the bridge is doing. The value of ETH going up and the rebalancing of the bridge with assets that are currently there versus all the other tokens that are on Pulsechain right now is quite a bit to watch. But now there's even more to watch with Bitcoin doing the crazy shit that it's doing right now. I don't know if you guys mentioned this, but there was a comment of the United States government wanting to buy about 1 million Bitcoin. That's when I've been doing this for like 6+ years now. And by now I've gotten pretty tired of the moon boy stuff, right?
Yeah.
But now, you know, with the comments that are going on with MicroStrategy, you know, and their commitments in the next 4 years, the United States and their commitments that they're talking about doing, it gets the reality of the statistics that you see is a little bit moon boyish, you know. I mean, I think that people were a little bit bullish on, you know, that there being just 100K Bitcoin. And that's being blown out of the fucking water. I mean, there might be a little bit of resistance because of, like, you know, the way that the cycles look, that would be normal, that around now would be some resistance. But I don't think with the commitments that have been made that those resistance will hold for very long. And a 250K, $250,000 Bitcoin actually looks pretty well on the table. And not just that, like potentially even higher. I mean, it could be, you know, $500,000, you know, or more, just from what I'm seeing. The folks that we have in Pulsechain, you know, are not new to that type of logic and to those types of things as well. So I'm pretty sure that some of them, you know, including the founder, are probably pretty big holders of these assets that are getting some price appreciation.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people only look at the sacrifice funds and what's going on with that.
Yeah.
I think Ethereum starts to get up. I mean, I think that he made his purchases from DAI to ETH somewhere around like 3,800 per ETH or something like that, around there. I think that the inflows, since the halvening just happened, you know, we're not 6 months in quite yet, but
yeah,
no, I don't want to speculate too much on what's happening. That if you look at the previous, you know, and it's not a good indicator to go off of past performance as a future performance indicator, but I would have to say that more than likely, you know, people are going to feel really late. And we've been saying this for a while. I mean, how often do we have the conversations about, you know, people feel like they're already late, and we just laugh, and it's like, you just don't get it. Like we're, you know, if there was an adoption curve, let me go the other way, that goes up and then down. I mean, we're like, here's the bottom. We're just barely on the up curve of that adoption curve. There's quite a ways to go. And I think that the sentiment in and of itself, since the bull market, it was pretty extended, almost 2 years, longer than any other. Did I say bull? I meant bear. The bear market has been extended, and it's one of the longest bear markets we've ever seen. I don't know if that's going to be a reflection of how the bull market, you know, proceeds with that, but it looks pretty good. It looks like that the bull market might bounce pretty fucking well onto that. I mean, I'm not trying to get anybody too excited past what you're already excited for, but you know, the data that I see suggests some pretty crazy shit that's coming. Alt season, you know, I don't know. It might happen earlier than a pullback, like a $250,000 Bitcoin and a pullback. Yeah. It kind of seems like people, if it's going to be for a long duration, that might actually trickle down into ETH doing some crazy shit, and then the altcoins doing some crazy shit previous to what would be normal, like when we would see those normal phases occur. And then because of that, it seems like it might be an extended period of time that those things happen as well. So I think that we might see a shift of what people would normally see their cycles for taking profits and, you know, injecting capital, to be a little bit off on the timelines. And then again, we're going to have people saying, you know, they feel like they're late again, and they will not be, you know. So I'm looking at a lot of shit right now, man, a lot. So yeah,
but all positive, all bullish, all like
yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same thing. The only people who lose, really, I know that, you know, it's a typical, you know, traders lose and shit like that, but the people who lose, that they have a short-term mentality on the investment cycles of cryptocurrency. I know sentiment is here and there and up and down, just like it should be with market cycles. But I think people really need to get on board with long-term investment strategies now at this point. Every cycle, the new lows are higher than the last lows, and the new highs are higher than the last highs, and it happens every single cycle. So if you can at least develop some sort of strategy, some sort of budgeting to have an investment, just like you would in the S&P 500 or any type of legacy finance investments strategies that they already have out there, you don't have brokerages in this ecosystem to maintain and manage the secure profiles for those types of things. You need to do this yourself. So I don't think that there's enough people out there that they may not have a lot of time. I get it, to go and develop what a strategy would look like. But read some financial books, get some of that nomenclature under your belt for understanding what the verbiage is. And then
big words. But hey, didn't that RH guy say something like that? You know, higher highs, lower lows. I think that RH guy said something like that, right?
Well, hey, here's some data on the presidential date. I went back and went through. In 2012, the presidential date, you know, first Tuesday in November, $10 Bitcoin. 2016, $721 Bitcoin. 2020 was $15,590. 2024, this year, during the president, 70,000. What's it going to be in 2028?
Right.
If you talk long term, if you talk every 4 years, you know, I've told people all the time, hey, you get in crypto and you stay there 5 years, you're going to be a very happy person. You try to get in and get out in 3 weeks with $1 million, you're going to be a very sad person. But long term,
you know, to your point, Dave, now I hear Michael Saylor fucking, you know, you're going to leverage the house, you're going to fucking put the mortgage.
Right?
Already done it.
Yeah.
If you calculate Bitcoin against real estate, it's even way more mind-boggling. So in 2013, you needed I thought 18,000 Bitcoin to buy a house. Then in 2017, it went to 180 Bitcoin. And then in 21, it's only 5 Bitcoin. And now we're at what? Close to 1 Bitcoin, maybe next year to buy a house.
Yeah.
So from 2013 to now, you go from like 50,000 Bitcoin to 1 Bitcoin to buy the same house.
Yeah. And you know, you take those traditional markets, we see the flood of people getting out of gold, getting into Bitcoin. Because in 2010, gold was what? 1,300 an ounce. 2012, 1,700 an ounce. You know, if we do that same presidential thing and we tick down 2024, it was $2,780 an ounce. Compared to what you went from $10 to $70,000, or you could go from 1,300 to 2,700. And, you know, those gold bugs are like, oh, look, we doubled our money over, 14 years. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, get into crypto. And I think this cycle here, we no longer have the FUD of, oh, it's going to get banned. This country, that country, government's going to shut us down. Shit, we're talking about no taxes on crypto gains at this point. I mean, it's freaking incredible what we've got. As I said at the beginning, we could not have written this script. We wouldn't have been this optimistic. It's crazy what's going to happen this cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's going to
be in this recency bias. I mean, we had a bear market for 3 years. This is literally the disbelief phase where nobody can believe what is about to happen. We all want it to happen. We all think it's going to happen, but nobody wants to believe it.
Right. Well, there's a lot of, so last cycle, it felt like there was a rush of new people that were coming in.
Yeah.
And me being an educator, it felt like a lot, right? This cycle, I'm already warning and telling people that it's going to be 10 times the amount of people that are coming through. As many people as you could grab to try to help them. There's no possible way. I'm trying not to curse too much. There's no possible way for you to put a plug in some of it to help some of these people. So inevitably, what's going to end up happening is those of us that have been in these ecosystems for years and years, we're going to quote unquote kind of take advantage of that situation without even meaning to. Like, these people are going to come in and they're going to do all the same mistakes. There's going to be 10 times the amount of mistakes or more happening. And we will reap the rewards and benefits of those things happening, because we're not going to, I don't know you guys personally and how you guys manage a lot of stuff, but I don't like to move a whole lot because I know what happens when those things happen.
And
Right.
Warren Buffett has demonstrated, less is more, right? He only
Mhm.
makes a handful of moves, and oh my God, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and not to shield my own coin again, but if you want validator exposure, go to UpToken. You want liquid loans and their stability pool and their liquid loans shield, UpToken has that. We have the leverage play with our vault at 800% ICR. So I mean, there are places where you can park it and not do a damn thing. Plus, we're soon to have our lending function where you can borrow against your assets. And it's not just liquid loans or earn with Pulse and PulseX or Hex, but you'll be able to use, we have a protocol coming out where any community can stake their token. And as long as they have community agreement, they can borrow. So, I mean, there's a lot coming that's still to be built in our ecosystem, across the board, like I was talking about onboarding, because it's a pain in the ass to onboard from fiat to crypto still. We have not made that easy for anybody. I just had a gentleman I was trying to help yesterday. It's just not simple for them. And once we get to the point where it becomes as simple as, buying something from Amazon, then it's game over. And, that adoption curve that we were talking about is just going to explode. And the masses of people coming in and that amount of, treasury or, assets coming into our ecosystem is this cycle will be astounding.
By
we don't
the
have
way,
the flood and we got the onboards coming.
The adoption cycle, we're only at about 7.5% of people across 8 billion people on the planet. We're only at about 7.5%, which is almost 100% up from last cycle.
Yeah, I remember it was like 3 to 4. Like it seems like yesterday. Now, Jesus.
And that's centralized onboards. Once they figure out how to go to decentralized, all of that, because in decentralized line, we're not even close to 7%.
Fair point.
I haven't heard a good number for that, but it's really low.
That's a great
And never
point.
be ashamed to shill a good product. If you build something amazing and you are truly believing that it's going to change people's lives in the future and it's actually something that has sustainability, why would you shame shilling it? Shill it out of the yin yang. I love Up and UpX. I'm a day one adopter of it.
Same here. And I bought every freaking token I own. There was nothing given to anybody. And it's kind of like the Hex and Richard thing. You find an ethos that you believe in, and you go out there and you shield the hell out of it, and you keep developing on top of it. That's the game plan with all cryptos.
And it sounds like
change you want to see.
If you guys are developing a loan protocol with it, it sounds like anybody who was unfortunate to sell is probably going to end up buying back higher to be able to take advantage of the added functionality of that. So, I mean, I'm not trying to say anything without saying anything, but I might be saying something.
Exactly.
Front run.
In crypto, I don't think it matters, to be honest with you. I could go shill XRP and those guys are going to make money. The question is, do you want the 2x, 5x, or do you want the 100,000x? And that's why we're in Richard's ecosystem. We know what this system's built for and what it's going to do.
Amen.
Look at Bitcoin. It doesn't have much functionality other than speculation.
Right.
And it sells like hotcakes. I mean, the other type of thing is you could move it and transfer it a hell of a lot faster than you can gold. Yep. But I mean, that's a good selling.
For as bad as it is, it's still 1,000 times better than gold. Right? Yeah.
You don't have to declare, over $10,000 in fiat. No, it's just in this ledger. Like I don't have to claim shit. And walk through security.
Most countries, most states, most countries, you own property, you got to pay property tax. You're taxed on it just because you own the damn thing. You don't pay taxes on crypto for owning it. Just hold that damn thing and watch it go up in value.
Yeah, free money.
Pretty much.
So, hey man, what's going on with Morpheus? What is this Morpheus thing? How does it work? What is it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's just another smart contract DeFi protocol. In this case, built on top of Titan X.
Okay.
And it was just to build. And eventually it turned out into Morpheus, and now we're building within that ecosystem. And Morpheus in of itself is just a stepping platform. We actually have engagement bonuses, I think today.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That participated within the mint phase.
Right.
They would get tickets, and 10% of everything that came into the protocol went to an engagement bonus. And we're going to give it away to 10 different people today, or 10 different entries. Could be all the same person, who knows?
Yeah.
But In total, I think it's about 222 billion Titan X that's going to be given away.
There you go.
22 billion, yeah, Titan X a person. So, yeah, we're hoping that we could change somebody's life. I mean, of course, the bigger players have way more entries, way more chance to win.
Yep.
But I would love to see at least a couple of people that are new to the ecosystem, new to crypto, win big. And those people will shout out the loudest. Hopefully it's a young person, because we need the younger generation to get into this new economic ecosystem. So if we could achieve that, a young person that just got into crypto to win 22 billion Titan X, then yeah, I'm a really happy man.
Yeah, man.
No, for sure. And you're just using like a random number drawing system.
Yeah, so all the entries and correlated wallets are put into, I think it was a Chainlink randomizer.
Okay.
So it's all on chain.
And what was the minimum to get a lottery ticket?
So 100 million Titan X would give you 1 ticket. So if you put in 1 billion, you got 10.
Cool.
So the biggest one, I believe, got 1,000 tickets.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
So that was a big one. He put in like 100 billion Titan X into the protocol. So yeah. So we'll have a lot of entries. I think I should check the numbers, but I think the total entries were somewhere mid 20,000s. And then divided over 800 wallets or something, or a couple of hundred wallets. I have to check the actual metrics, the latest ones, but there's a whole list on it on Morpheus.win. You could put in your wallet, and it will check for you. It will show you how many entries you have, and it's all on the website, so everybody can check what their standing is and how many entries they have, and if everything is correct. If something is not correct, please contact us. Then we can still change it, but from what we can see, everything is pitch perfect.
Yeah, and I'm assuming they would contact you at the below there at your Telegram there.
If you win, you mean?
Oh, if there was an issue, if there's an
issue, you can go directly into the Telegram. That's the beauty of this. You don't have to do anything. So it literally was just a participation. So you don't have to do literally anything. You could just wake up tomorrow, open up your wallet, and see a shit ton of Titan X in it.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to you and your team. Obviously, Rags has been in the community as far as crypto goes, to the Pulsechain community, what you guys are doing over there on Titan X. He's a guy that's, deep in the weeds as far as politics and just understanding of the way the world works. And then Vibra is just a guy that just doesn't give a shit about, what chain. He's just going to look at tech and just, he just goes against the grain on that, Yeah. And then tomorrow, just to let everyone know, we do have on the shit show, the Mo, the real Mo, coming on. We're going to kind of interview him. It's an opportunity. I think he interviews a lot of people in the Titan X community and puts lights on them. We kind of want to unveil the cover and find out what makes him tick. What's his story into crypto? Just kind of get to know him as an individual, because I think he's the one that's been doing that to everyone else. So it's time to. He's
pretty much the hexologist of Titan X, I think.
Right.
Or he's going that direction. Even though Hexo didn't really do the interview thing, he was more of a by himself. But yeah, Mo is a legend. He's a true gentleman, proper guy. And if you know his story and his history, you can only have
a fighter.
Yeah.
Extreme fighter. Hey, Freddie, man, where's your Suzanne art gear? Where's your swag, bro? Come on.
You know what? Like I should go throw it on. I've got a ton of
Go fucking get it. Go.
Let's get the wardrobe out. I'll go grab. I definitely will go grab it here in a second. She made me a custom shirt for like the performance and the fashion show. That was dope. It says 5555, a couple trillion shares, and it's got like the microphone on it. So I have like a custom shirt from her. And then Rags gave me a Texan one, and then I bought one of her hoodies, the white hoodie, like you're wearing. I think I got number 3. So I was super stoked up about that.
I got number 18. God dang it.
Nice. I've got like 4, and then my wife, she was obviously in Vegas when we were doing the fashion show, and Suzanne was like, do you have something? And Amber was like, yeah, I got something to wear. And then she saw one of Suzanne's dresses. She was like, but that dress is dope as shit. So we bought one of the dresses from Suzanne, and my wife wore it to the show that night. So we've got a lot of Suzanne stuff, a lot of it. I'll definitely go grab it here in just a second.
The Texan one I got from Suzanne.
Nice.
She just sent it to me. She's a legend.
I think. Do we have some of those? Or some of those gotta be in that clip in the Queens video, right? From the Pulsechain party?
Yeah, here's the thing. I won't play the entire thing, y'all, but I will show just real quick. Basically the setup that she was doing. So I'll just show it real quick, you guys. This was a Vegas party where this is prior to Pulsechain launching. This is the Hex community, Pulsechain
2 years
community.
ago now.
Yeah, I mean that was a fire. I mean,
2 years ago, just over 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was badass. I mean, the penthouse party, the Power City party. So I'll just show this video real quick and then I'll cut it off. I won't show the full 3 minutes, but here it is, y'all.
Crypto queens, yeah, we rising to the top. Richard Hart, Pulsechain will never stop. Self-improvement, wealth, we're breaking the mold. Queens of the kingdom, watch us unfold. Whitney Magic counting millions, moving fast. Charlie 2020, turning art into crypto cash. Mana bringing NFTs, painting digital dreams. Sammy Chica, Hexa Kid, Aussie pride on the scene. Tam repping Richard Hart every day. Evangelist for freedom, changing the game away. Jackie Mean Queen got the world laughing loud. Harmonic Hexa Kid singing to crypto crowd.
Queens of the kingdom, crypto in our veins. We own the future, breaking every chain.
Hex and Pulsechain, building our wealth. King Pooie, Queen Pooie, reigning in stealth.
From the shining city high on the hill, freedom through the fire, we flexing that skill.
Crypto's our path to self-improvement and gain. Queens of the blockchain, we're changing the game. SMO spider weaving webs across the net. Viber Lindsay teaching how to grow and reset. CC Blonde Texan, crypto crown untied. While SJ traveling, taking crypto to new heights.
Bam. I won't show the whole thing. It goes on for a while, but Freddie, you just, I'm not trying to say that was it Crystal Method, right? Was
I think that's who opened up for DJ Lethal.
DJ Lethal. All I'm saying is you guys probably stole the show. You know what I mean? I know that they were like the main, but you guys kicked it off like. Oh,
it was a lot of fun, man. It was definitely one of those experiences that I will always remember. Always. And having everybody there, I'm good friends with Marco and Axis. And it's funny, a bunch of the girls in that clip right there were actually girls that I brought along with us. And it's a crazy story. Axis's girlfriend now, Candace, worked with me for years and years and years at the mortgage company. And a group of our friends were out for dinner like a month before the Vegas conference, and we're like, "Yo, we're throwing this penthouse party. Y'all should come to Vegas with us." So there was my buddy Troy, his wife, and then like 3 other girls. Yeah. And then like 3 other girls, and they all came out just randomly. And then Axis met Candace, and then they're still dating to this day. The rest is history. Axis moved here to Virginia, and so it's crazy to see that video with those girls in there because if they hadn't have come, Axis wouldn't be here now, and she's helped him a lot build up his brand and with his website and everything. Candace has done a lot for him, so it's super cool to kind of see that video and how everything just kind of came together.
Yeah, I mean, we're excited. I mean, I know that we're just kind of keeping this open mic, but we're excited about what King Pooie and Queen Pooie, and we really want to lift up the women of crypto this cycle. Like I feel like the queens, especially Hexagon women, are just they're badasses. I mean, they're the divas of DeFi. I think their population growth in crypto is just going to explode the cycle, and just having them have a platform where they can shine and speak and just, it's going to be a good thing.
Yeah. And then of course we're all looking forward to the 369 conference in March, right?
That's right.
That's
yep.
gonna be Fire.
Is everybody going to that? I haven't made up my mind yet. I got a bunch of people saying, "Oh, you got to come, and I'm like,
what the hell is there to question or think about?
I don't know, man. There's so many fake ass people, and I don't want to bring this shit out. I just there's only a certain handful of people that I can get down with, and it's like you guys, you hit me up, or I think it was Passion hit me up a week ago. I was like, bro, we're gonna stream next week. You want to come on? I was like, fuck yeah. There's like maybe 5 people in the entire community that I would show up for, do anything for, and like you guys are great, and I guess it's cool to get all the people together. I've really just been disconnected completely from the crypto space, man. I just turned off my notifications for everyone. I had to separate myself from it because I was kind of getting frustrated with it. So it's funny, everyone talks about all these different projects and stuff coming out, and obviously I know about King Pooie and you guys and what you got going on, and there's a couple other ones that I've stayed in touch with, but I've really kind of just separated myself from the crypto space as a whole. But if I come, it'll be to golf in the golf tournament. I definitely would love to golf in the golf tournament.
Down again. Yeah, hopefully it won't be 113 degrees.
Jeez, bro. Never in my life. So I golf 3-4 times a week, and I've never had a 7-hour round, let alone in 113 degree weather. I got off of that course and I was completely dry. It's a dry heat, they say, right? Yep. So I was sweating and I was hot, but I couldn't sweat. As soon as I would sweat, it would just dry instantly. So that was crazy.
I don't think
that was nuts.
I don't know how I did it either, but I think if it wasn't for like me smoking some like somehow I had that comfortably numb, just like I'm going with this. Oh, yeah. like I should have tapped out after like 9 holes. Be honest, it was ridiculous. What's going on, Casey?
What's up? What's up, Freddie?
How you doing, brother?
Doing? Oh man,
good
to see you guys. Just got back from hiking the Pacific Crest Trail. So
nice.
1,700 miles while everybody was full of drama and like, what do I buy? I'm just walking, man. Just waiting for this time right now. So
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Your timing's impeccable. Wow, nice.
It's like it was almost meant to be. I don't know.
How long did it
take? You almost know what you're doing.
How's my mic volume? Is it okay?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good.
Good. Man, you got like a jarhead haircut, man. Like the high and tight. Like,
well, it's just my birthday this week, brother. Had to
bro.
represent.
Yeah, you know, I'm just a nasty civilian these days, so you're looking tight. Yeah.
A bunch of my friends are gonna have dinner on Friday, so
cool.
It'll be good.
Outstanding. Yeah. So, how many miles was your adventure on the Pacific Crest Trail?
The total mileage is about 2,650. I made it to about 17,000. We had a bunch of fires that broke out at once in NorCal and Oregon, and then a lot of us wanted to fly to Washington at the Canadian border to start going down, but then they closed that down for another fire. So everybody was hopscotching back and forth, and it just got to the point I was like, I can't do this anymore. So
you had a crew. So you had a handful of people.
No, I was by myself. Just met a lot of people. A lot of foreigners, actually. It was awesome.
That's cool.
A lot of more foreigners than actually people like from America, which is interesting. So yeah, I got places to visit now all over the world. Just people, experiencing that with people is unique, right? So when you're just out there, just every night in the dirt. So
yeah,
it was fun. It was a good experience.
And do they drop food off at certain points for you? Or I mean, obviously, it's probably pretty difficult to pack all your food, right? I heard they have drop-offs for people.
Yeah, so any of the post offices along the trail for all the little small towns, you can pre-send yourself packages. I didn't do that because what I learned is a lot of people don't know what they're going to want to eat on the trail. Yeah. And so you pack your bunch of granola bars, a bunch of bullshit, and you're like, I don't even want this. So mostly through California, you have enough time to pack enough food to get to town, and then whatever's in the town, you just fill your bag and keep going. Okay. There's only a couple towns I sent stuff to post office only because there was nothing else in the town, right? So, but yeah, a lot of top ramen and jerky and.
How many pairs of shoes did you
get? Food?
Yeah, how many pairs of shoes?
Four pairs, about one pair every 500 miles. Yeah.
Wow. And what was your brand of choice? Would you find comfortable, durable?
I ended up going with Solomon's, like a kind of a mid hiking boot, which is they say is suicidal because it's heavy, but I'm just being in the Marine Corps, I'm just used to like a higher boot. A lot of the younger kids were doing the trail runners. There's just no freaking way. I'm too old for that shit. So so I just went with like a nice hiking boot.
Did you observe any injuries, rolling ankles or anything?
People? Oh yeah, my first day, I almost stepped on a rattlesnake. I ended up seeing 11 rattlesnakes on the trail in the first 400 miles, and then one of the guys I was hiking with got bit, had to get helicoptered out.
Wow,
it was nuts. I didn't see any bears though.
Okay.
So.
Well, you're coming out of a bear, so you're coming into the bull market. So
right.
You know,
what kind of? I'd get back on streams, you know, if I'm in town, and I'd hear everybody just like, you know, all this drama. I'm just like, oh, guys, just chill, stake and chill, man. I've always just been 100% staked. I'm dollar costing averaging at UTC 0 every day, and it's not even. I mean, like I don't think people realize like Hex is still the best asset. I mean, because every day at 000 UTC, I get new coins. It's like you can't get any better dollar cost averaging than that, right? If you're staked. So I don't know. I don't know what the fuss is about. I don't know why everybody's still, you know, trying to buy this, buy that, buy this, new age this, new age that. Dude, Hex is still.
There's a lot of ego. There's a lot of ego in crypto, and and it's frustrating. Like earlier today, like Kareem and B Roots, like there's some people that don't like B Roots. There's some people that don't like Kareem. I like both of them. I consider both of them friends, and they're going at it. And you know, I go at people, so you know, I get it. Like, but I'm like, come on, guys, we're on the same team here. Like, we all love crypto. Like, can we just move past this? But, you know,
well, you know, the energy and all the little ecosystems are important. I understand that. But remember when it was just one asset, and I don't think we can survive off just one asset. I'm just saying that everyone's gone away, done their thing, tried different things. But I think in the end, everybody's going to come back to roost and remember the value of Hex and all that value that's been created through all these little mini ecosystems. Well, that's created value, and we'll see a lot of that come back.
A lot of that value came from the RH tokens, and what I've been hearing a lot lately, is how do I develop a strategy for rotations? How do I get my Richard Hart tokens back? And where do I go? And when do I buy? And what do I look at? It's a little more complicated than that because almost every day liquidity amounts change, except for in the RH tokens. So if you're looking to rotate back in, I can tell you definitively now that the most volatile, the least liquidity for you to be able to purchase is Hex. So it's still king. Obviously, your timing on rotating from Hex into the next thing is going to have to be on point. But the highest amount of liquidity is Pulse. So if you want a safety, then you rotate into Hex, and then from Hex into Pulse, and then from Pulse to whatever, probably Hex again. Liquidity games is something that I would expect to see if, I don't know, let's say the SEC thing goes pretty well. And then we actually see some updates from PulseX. Some V3 get released. I don't want to speculate on single-sided crap because I know from personal experience with Richard that he does not like that shit. But it doesn't mean that it won't exist. But the thing that I'm bullish on seeing is the V3 updates, if there are any, because I know that the market makers that we're used to seeing know how to manage that. And if we can speculate, which is all I'll do, I won't say that it's Richard Hart that has the majority of liquidity that's in there, but we could speculate such things. That motherfucker knows exactly what he's doing. You know, and I don't think people understand what 5D chess really is. Especially, it was a lot easier to understand that with those types of games when it was on the ETH network. There was a lot less to look at. It was really definitive, just looking down a narrow path. But now that path is wide open. Luckily for me, I've been watching those things and seeing what's been going on with those things for quite a while now. So it's a little bit easier for me to just kind of look at stuff without taking in a whole bunch of data and just kind of making my decisions on those types of things. But yeah, like it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be fucking wild, man. Just think about this. just the sacrifice funds is what people are focusing on and being bullish on that. Okay. People were to ask the question again, where did all the ETH go? It's still fucking there, guys. It's still sitting there. And if you, there's an app, a breadcrumbs, if you will, type of app that you can correlate the wallet addresses from the original founding of Hex with the OA address and the sister wallet addresses, and be able to see which ones actually utilize funds back and forth. So they're a little bit more connected than just random wallets that are there. And there's well over 1 million ETH sitting. There's more ETH than the ETH Foundation sitting there.
Where might that go or end up? I don't know.
I can't believe you just said that live.
I mean, I do agree with everything, but I think we are. So the way that we are talking about it right now is relevant to us. We have been in crypto 24/7 for years. So for us, this is interesting. But if we want to see truly adoption into crypto, it doesn't matter which crypto they choose. We need the adoption into crypto in general. So it literally does not matter which crypto they choose. If somebody wants to go into Fallen Dogechain or Dogecoin, go. He will talk to new people will get into the system, and it will spread out. If everybody would love the same car, we would all drive the same car. But that's not the case.
Right.
So even though I completely agree that Pulsechain is the way and Hex is the way we see crypto and value, that's not how the world sees it. The world sees shiny other things. Yeah. So instead of all of us, but instead of all of us keep on fighting with one another, saying my crypto is the best, it should not matter. You need adoption. We need the people. It doesn't matter which crypto they choose. It literally does not. It's the same as a theme park.
Well, I mean,
crypto is the theme park. If you want to have the green theme park to grow, you have different attractions. You get 1,000 people into the theme park, and they all choose a different attraction, but they all support the theme park. Crypto is the same. It doesn't matter which attraction you choose or which crypto you choose. You need the adoption. And at the end of the day, the economic energy will be in crypto instead of fiat. And that's the goal. It will eventually all rotate to utility or more belief when they get more comfortable into crypto and start knowing what is actually going on. Then what we are all talking about is all perfectly valid. But for the new people coming in, we are talking Chinese, even though I agree with every word you're saying.
Yeah,
I agree with you a lot on a lot of the crypto that's out there. However, there is like a viable stance that you do need to take into consideration with your investment into crypto on liquidity, available amounts of liquidity. Because in a certain sense, you know, it's easy to understand why rising tides raises all ships, but some ships will sink because they don't have a boat. They got leaky boat. So, you know, and a lot of that has to do with, how people would present what they think that they have versus what in reality, what they really have, right? Like people that present themselves with closed loop systems when the loop is not closed, extraction of value, extraction of liquidity, things like this. Like, I don't think that, for good reason, it's a lot to look at. So people just get confused. They don't want to do all the research in those things. And it does not helpful when people just say DYOR, but don't explain what that means.
Right. Yeah, but even the value extraction goes somewhere. The person extracting that value is going to spend it where? On the playground he's already playing. So even though somebody can go over to Solana and being seen on Solana as a value extractor, the same way we see other projects into Pulsechain, eventually that money is coming back tenfold because he made a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
It will rotate back eventually.
I think that's Richard's point too, is like, fuck around and find out because I'll have you buying at a higher price.
All right.
Yeah.
Pennies in front of freight trains, right? All that good stuff.
I think what also separates Pulsechain from other chains is that we are the VCs, right? And so we talk about value extracting. some, like, all these VC backed chains like Solana and Sui and stuff, they have this marketing team, and they have these deadline payouts, right, where they can extract their original funds. We are the VCs. And so I know while I was on the trail, I hear streams and they're like, oh, Richard should pump our bags with the VC. No, because he has that $1 billion, so to speak. That's what makes our chain so intimidating against all the other chains, because he doesn't need any VC money outside of what we created ourselves.
True.
And so we need to hold on to that. And I heard someone tweet the other day. I was like, oh, that's pretty powerful. Everything over 4,000 is, like, let's say 10,000 or 10% over 4,000. That's another $100 million to the war chest. I mean, imagine it was just whatever we gain on top of when Richard got in on ETH of our war chest. I mean, it's going to get crazy. But for us to maintain that war chest is very, very important in the 5D chess game.
Yeah, I agree. I also think that a lot of it doesn't, to take that and utilize it to make purchases would be the least valuable thing to do with it. Agreed. I think that the most valuable thing to do with it, since it's sitting on the ETH chain right now, all that ETH, would be to have it be bridged onto the bridge and utilized as liquidity up against the Richard Heart tokens like Pulse, because that'll actually correlate the value of the ratios together more over the stable tokens, meaning that, we had the cry fest when ETH and Bitcoin started to rise and Pulsechain did nothing. There's a good reason for that, because it's not correlated to the bigger markets. It's correlated to stability tokens right now. Out of Pulse, PulseX, Inc., and Hex, 3 of those are more correlated to stable tokens. Hex is the only one that's actually correlated to ETH in the ratios, right? I've done the math. I've actually done the ratios. So until you see more of that happening, which, like, there's plenty of ETH that's there to be able to, so if there's $600 million worth of ETH, you only need 100 million of it to way overpower all the stable tokens that are there to correlate that if ETH starts to rise, so will Pulse, so will PulseX, so will Inc., so will Hex, and so will, just like you said before, everything else on the network. Everything else's ratios change. And the more value that they actually have on that bridge allows for the AMM and all the other traders to actually rebalance those ratios as they're doing those things, cause for more volume to come across the pairs, cause for more market makers to come in because of that volume, because they can earn fees on those things, which is also be another bullish thing to actually see PulseX with like a V3 that's going to be very dominant on this chain that'll allow for those things to happen a lot more readily and freely.
Yeah, I think Pulsechain is going to do his thing, the whole ecosystem, without a penny of the treasure chest. I don't think he's actually going to use it. And we will see Pulsechain and the whole ecosystem go bananas, and nobody understands why. That's how deep this rabbit hole goes. Without using 1 penny of the treasure chest.
Yeah, they don't need that. There's literally billions of dollars that is sitting that nobody's paying attention to.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, everyone will think they're late because they.
But that is visible to us again. People that are even a couple of years in crypto can't see this. It took me 8 years to figure crypto out, and still I have not figured it out. And before I met Richard Hart, I thought I was already pretty well done within crypto. And then I met Richard Hart and I was like, I don't know nothing at all. I thought I knew something. You thought you were taught something by the general consensus and by social narratives or the education book that is supposedly out there for it. And then Richard Hart comes along and just rips it all open and says, no. It's X, Y, and Z. And then you start all over again. And then, it's, I'm just happy to be here. And I hope a lot of people will see it as well, because we're literally building our own future. Like literally, people have no idea how important this foundation is. And once he is settled with all the regulation and this foundation is set, it's literally immovable. The hardest thing to do in anything, if it's a company or whatever you want to do, is the foundation.
Yep.
And as soon as the foundation is laid, it's game over. And we're pretty close.
It's cheap. It's got 100% uptime. It's not burned down bridges
It's
like
insane.
Solana. Ethereum's gonna get fucking expensive again. Their roadmap is very long to get to sharding. Yes, they've got a lot of buy the rumor, sell the news events that'll be coming with that roadmap that they have, which will be good for ETH. It will cause you to go up.
Not looking forward to $1,800 end stakes. I can tell you that much.
Oh my God. Yeah, no shit, dude. Yeah.
Golly.
But it's not just us that have to worry about that. Even if you were to be on Uniswap implementing liquidity in and out, I've got screenshots of over $4,000 transactions just to remove or add liquidity. That's just insane. I know that there's people out there that will pay those prices because sometimes you've got enough money that's in there that you have to pay that cost. And nobody wants to do that. Nobody actually wants to do that stuff.
And it goes beyond. It goes beyond. No, I'm sorry. No, it goes beyond cost also because you have over in the Ethereum blocks, 66 of the last 100 blocks were OFAC compliant. So I mean, there's censoring going on over there that nobody talks about. You have blocks over there that control which transactions go in, and there's certain tokens they will not put in their transaction block. And so, I mean, when you have, not only expensive fees, but you have censoring going on, that's not true freedom. And so what Richard's built, all of us over in UpToken with 587 validators, we're not censoring anybody. You got a transaction in there, you got a priority fee, it goes in there. Plus we have, the UpToken community, we have about 17 to 18 of the blocks we control the building of those blocks with our validators. And there's a lot of control and power that goes along with that. Especially, we're not going to go in there and sandwich bot anybody and do all of that stuff, but those things exist. And so within Ethereum, there's so much centralized control over block building that, Ethereum is going to find itself in trouble with a community that wants freedom.
Yep. Absolutely. But they'll find where they can go, especially if green candles start producing themselves and they get them in a light where they have some sort of emotional relationship with Pulsechain at that point.
Yeah, as we said earlier, we couldn't have written this script all about freedom, and then we got Richard over here building the blockchain that is all about freedom. That's why we're here.
And anonymity. I truly believe I don't think people are seeing it right now, but the way he's setting everything up, it looks like a lot of hidden layers are being created. And if that's truly the case, then he might have found a possibility to be completely anonymous on the blockchain, which is needed if you want to have capitalism the way it is right now. You can't have everybody knowing where every penny is. So if we want to have a system that is capable of ruling the world in the capitalistic system we have, it needs to be anonymous. It's literally the only way it can work. So if he can pull this off where it's decentralized, anonymous, irregulable, it's literally the foundation. And once it's set, it's set. And it's literally
Can you elaborate on what those layers are looking like?
Well, there's something on Ethereum about how the indexing works. So if you create a liquidity pool on ETH, you get a liquidity pair token. Then you create another one, and you have another liquidity token. Then you pair those two up. Then you get in a new layer, and you do that again. Then you're 4 layers separated of the main chain. And the way Ethereum works is it just doesn't index it because it thinks it's a scam or it's spam or it's dead weight. So you can literally create a layer that is not indexed whatsoever with billions of dollars on it. And nobody knows it's there because you can't even look it up on Dex Screener or ETH Explorer. You literally have to know where to look to find it.
Interesting.
It is really interesting. I'm not sure if he's utilizing this, but this is the thing that actually exists on Ethereum that is built into the protocol to save itself from overload and scams and those kind of things. But you can create a hidden layer. It's fascinating.
Hey, wasn't there another thing where like somebody could take, like you could do like do a search on Google, pull up like some YouTube video and then paste that what was that? I know Riggs was kind of found that there was hiding in plain sight, and because it wasn't a legitimate URL, it got blocked, right? Obfuscated. But behind there was, you know, there was something, but nobody's paying attention to it because it thinks it's spam or a virus or whatever.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Anyone else have any kind of closing statements? We'll kind of keep it, you know, to about an hour here. I appreciate everyone hopping on open mic, you know, open mic Wednesday here. We have,
bro, don't you love this platform with open mic?
Yeah, I love open mics.
Amazing.
You know what I mean?
It's incredible.
We're doing the shit show Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're having guests come on from all of crypto, not just Pulsechain. I mean, next week we got like Nessie, a rapper from Ethereum, coming over sharing his art, you know, NFT music. We got all kinds of people coming on. We're just anything that's not a scam or just, you know, like you said, facing reality, as long as it's not just bullshit. And it's like bringing adoption to crypto. When people get out of the legacy finance system and get out of the corporate entities and the government institutions and into DeFi, game over. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Freedom warriors, you know, allowing people to take their sovereignty back into their own power, into their own, you know, no more middleman D, right?
Amen.
Wait till Trump takes taxes off of crypto.
That's insane.
There's that. Hey, just a quick word. I want to say thank you everybody for coming.
Yeah.
Each individual guest here is an open invitation to come on for, you know, a dedicated solo stream or bring friends, whatever. But just to hear about everything in more depth, respectively, from you all. My fellow Devil Dog and brother in arms, Casey, happy birthday, brother. Thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
And you know, let's keep grinding this. It's gonna be glorious, guys.
Yes.
Right.
Believe.
It's
That's all you
time.
need to do. Just believe.
Our time is coming. That's right.
Oh yeah.
For sure. Thanks, you guys.
All right. Take care, y'all.
Hoorah.
Hoorah. Hey guys, thanks for joining the shit show. Yeah, tomorrow we have the man, the Mo, coming on the show. We're going to be doing an interview process with him and just checking things out. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Have a great day.
Crypto queens, yeah, we rising to the top. Richard Hart, Pulsechain will never stop. Self-improvement, wealth, we're breaking the mold. Queens of the kingdom, watch us unfold. Whitney Magic counting millions, moving fast. Charlie 2020, turning art into crypto cash. Man, I'm bringing NFTs, painting digital dreams. Sammy Chica, Hexakid, Aussie pride on the scene. Tam, repping Richard Hart every day. Evangelist for freedom, changing the game away. Jackie Mean Queen, got the world laughing loud. Harmonic Hexakid, singing to crypto crowd.
Queens of the kingdom, crypto in our veins. We own the future, breaking every chain.
Hex and Pulsechain, building our wealth. King Pooie, Queen Pooie, reigning in stealth.
From the shining city high on the hill, freedom through the fire, we flexing that skill.
Crypto's our path to self-improvement and gain.
Queens of the blockchain, we're changing the game.
SMO spider weaving webs across the net. Viber Lindsay teaching how to grow and reset. CC Blonde Texan, crypto crown untied. Wild SJ traveling, taking crypto to new heights. KTP OG from the land down under. Samantha Yoga Queen, Zen moves like thunder. Ashley Ash, Cosmic Chic on another plane. Sandy Beach spreading love, changing up the game. Jory the network diva, connecting the dots. Rachel the education star, always on top. Crypto culture, a badass, bossing up with pride. Crypto stylist, always fashion by her side. Hot birth of my queen, stacking up her bags. Suzanne the diamond queen, dripping riches like swag. Queen the beauty beast, moving fierce, no delay. Expensive football queen, running plays all day.
Queens of the kingdom, crypto in our veins. We own the future, breaking every chain.
Hex and Pulsechain, building our wealth.
King Pooie, Queen Pooie, reigning in stealth. From the shining city high on the hill, freedom through the fire, we flexing that skill.
Crypto's our path to self-improvement and gain.
Queens of the blockchain, we're changing the game.
From Richard Hart's vision to our own crown, crypto queens are rising, we'll never back down. Pulsechain, Hex, DeFi, it's all in our hands. We're breaking the limits, taking over the lands. With King Pooie, Queen Pooie, we light up the scene. In the shining city, crypto reigns supreme. Queens of the kingdom, forever we strive. Freedom, wealth, and power, we keeping it live. We are the crypto queens, forever standing tall. In the kingdom of blockchain, we answer the call. Wealth, freedom, self-love.